Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I was just playing around with some paper. I used to make those little like one-page mini album things all the time, and so I was kind of playing around to figure out if I could do something that would sort of work for a journal. And so I know that I did not come up with this. I just am showing you guys, and I don't remember who. I'm kind of just mixing up stuff that I remember doing. So I'm sorry if this was your idea or whatever. I'm not trying to steal anybody's idea. I just, I used to make them all the time, but I haven't in ages and thought it would be fun to, use some of those old skills that we have. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I took the just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of really light card. It's not just printer paper. It's not as thin as that. It's just a tiny bit thicker, just so it's got a little more body. And this one that I did is even a tiny bit thicker still, but I would go with the lighter one just because I think it will fold easier for you. But of course you can use whatever 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper you want to. I'm going to start by folding it up in half the long way. So sorry if I get my head in here because it's hard to fold to a line and not be able to see the line. So just in half that way first, the long way, and then turn it and fold it in half the other way. So you've got it folded in half the long way and then in half again the short way. And see, even this paper is a little bit thick. It really is easiest to do it with printer paper, but I just worry that it's too thin and will rip easily. So, but once you glue stuff onto it, actually printer paper would probably be fine. I just didn't, I'm gonna, I've got some pockets and stuff, so I don't want the pockets tearing. So just make sure you score it really well so that obviously it lays as flat as possible. And then I'm opening it up again the long way, so this is the 11, and then I'm going to turn it and fold one side in and leave about I'd say an 1/8 inch. I'm just eyeballing it, I'm not measuring everything, but let me see, just to kind of, why do I always use centimeters? I don't even know how to use centimeters, but yeah, it's about 1/4 inch. You're just leaving a space from the edge of the paper to the fold. That's about 1/4 inch. And that's just to make it so when you fold it in half, it, isn't too bulky right there at the fold. Is kind of, why I'm doing that. Yeah, I used to make mini albums all the time. I love doing that. I would make them for my mother-in-law when my kids were little, to give her pictures and stuff, because we used to live kind of, far away, and so it was nice to be able to give her some pictures without having to do like an entire huge album. And I just haven't done it in years, but a lot of those folds, a lot of those things are just fun and would be fun in a journal. So see, when you fold it like that, you've got just that little bit of a gap. Sorry, I'm still not used to this camera. Little gap right there, just so that it folds a little bit flatter, so it's not super thick back here. And then once you have that done, what I have done, and I'll just show you on my other one instead of making you go through the torture of watching me do it, is I cut off a piece that is, let me measure it, because I just eyeballed what I wanted. It's about 2 inches. I cut it like a 2-inch piece right off of there. And so, let me do this again. This is the top. So your fold sits down like on the bottom, and then the top is the part that opens like this. So you're going to take the top section of that, this top portion, and cut 2 inches off here and 2 inches off here. Only cut to this fold. See where this fold is? So you're just cutting out a rectangle. Okay, 2 inches off of each side. Then I closed it back up, flipped it over, and I just took my ruler and I went from one corner of that part I just cut out to the top corner at a diagonal. And I just drew a pencil line. And I did the same thing on the other side. One corner to the other, drew a pencil line. Now I'm just going to cut those off. Excuse me, sorry. And you could do this with a cutter. I can never cut a straight line, so I do use my cutter a lot, but I think that this will be okay if I just follow the line. Maybe. it's not like dire if it's a little bit crooked. It's not gonna like make it so it doesn't work, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I just cut a diagonal from one corner to the other. And then when I fold it up, I'm going to have a pocket here, and then I also cut some little notches out so that this top part will also be a pocket. Okay, so now I have pocket, pocket, top pocket. Okay, so now we're going to do some gluing, and I haven't done one of these for a long time, so bear with me. I was just playing around, seeing what I came up with. Thought I'd turn on the camera. All right, so what I want to do for sure is put a bead of glue down this side where the diagonal cut is and one of the notches is cut out. Just going to put a thin bead because we're making pockets, so we don't want to cover the whole thing in glue. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat today. I think I've got allergies. We've had all of our pine trees and bushes are just blowing pollen everywhere, and the wind was whipping yesterday, and so it's just killing me. That's what it comes down to. Actually, you know what I better do? Sorry. I'm going to put a bead of glue down this one, and down this one too, to make those stay down. It wouldn't be smart to glue that part down and not the rest, right? So it's right where the folds are. I'm just putting a bead right where the folds are. So you get over getting, you know, sick all winter and then you get allergies. Yeah. That's my world. And you might want to like decorate it first before you do this step, but I'm just trying to show you guys how to make these. You can do it after too, because you can just cut pieces that'll fit in there. But if you want to, then, and you could probably use like a glue stick. The only thing is the thickness of it, because I just want a little bead, right? So that my pockets aren't permanently shut. Okay, so there's that, and it'll go like this and like that. Okay, but I need to let it set for a second because it wants to pop open when I fold it. So let's leave it sitting right over here for a second. So again, just to reiterate, I'm going to go ahead and cut, oh, this isn't the one, this is the one we were doing before. Never mind, I was going to cut it, but I'll wait. I just got out some things to collage with on that. I'm, again, totally stuck on this collage thing. So I just found some public domain stuff. A lot of these are like old tapestries or like old wallpaper, stuff like that. This is an embroidered piece that I have. I took some pieces of coffee filter and cut it with my die cut machine. So there's that. And so I thought we could just play around with this. Let's see, it should be good. That tacky glue is usually pretty quick. I can leave it flat and start too, so it's not that big of a deal. Just want to figure out kind of. I'm gonna decorate the inside as well because I think I might like glue down one so that the pocket stays closed, and then maybe have one that opens and closes, or I might have both open and close. I haven't decided yet. So I just wanted to do some collaging. So I hope all of you are having a good day. It's pretty nice here. We're finishing up testing at my work, which is always quite interesting, especially with the younger ones. I guess these aren't going to line up straight because they're, you know, it's all done by hand, so I'm just going to tear it there. And this was one that I got off of Etsy. It's really pretty. I like it. And I'm using my straighter ruler for this because I kind of want that a little bit straighter edge along these parts. So yeah, it's kind of nice to be finishing some of that stuff up. And my kids are kind of done with the whole process of, and they've got another few weeks of testing, but they take so many tests now. I just think it's crazy how much testing goes on. And I'm just going to come in and cut, because there's like a corner where the embroidery piece didn't meet up with that. I mean, not that that's a big deal, but I'm going to get out my inking glass tray, whatever thing. Trivet, that's what the word is. Glass trivet. I really love these. It's the only way to go. Just keeps this from getting gross, so at least you have something that's semi-clean, which is, as we all know, a feat. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm like way out of... Sorry. I hope you guys saw anything there. I did not mean to do that. I got to get used to this one because it sits different than it did before. And I tend to like pull everything closer to me to work. It's just going to take some getting used to, basically. Right, there's that piece, and I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, so bear with me. I think I'm going to go ahead and tear it down the middle, because I thought first of tearing out this center portion, but I like this stitching along here. So. Tomorrow is my giveaway. I will do it when I get off work, and I'm not sure exactly what time, but it'll go up sometime tomorrow after I do it, and then, you know, get it edited and all that jazz that we do. So I need to figure out how to do the random generator thing. Because as you know, I'm real good at that kind of stuff. Anything to do with the computer, and I'm usually out. I just cannot. It just doesn't interest me, and I just check out when people start talking computers. I wish I was more into it, because I'd probably be a lot better off, but you know. I don't know which side I like better. Do I like the numbers? I like this crunchy edge here. And I probably am going to have to ink that paper a little too. It's cream colored, so if you don't ink or don't like inking, easy for me to say, then don't worry about it. But I like it because I want to see like this, where this pocket is. I probably should have done it beforehand. But it doesn't matter, just so you can see some of the edge. And now you can see the glue. That'll all get covered though, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and get these seams right here where it folds. And I know there's nothing better than watching people ink stuff. I usually try to get some of this done, but it's been a crazy week. I'm trying to get ready for Mother's Day. I don't know, I usually feel like I'm much more ready for stuff, and for some reason this year I am just having a heck of a time keeping up, and I know I keep saying that, but it's true. I just cannot get my act together, I feel like. And I just don't know, like, I usually have ideas of things, cool things to make for people, and I don't know what to make, and I don't know. I think it's because I've been mostly doing just stuff that I want to make instead of what I should make. I'm trying to work on another digital kit, I swear. I promise I'm working on it. It's just not happening very fast. I keep changing my mind of what I want to do, so that's what the issue is. It's not that I don't want to make one, I can't decide what I want to do. That's the problem. I guess if I had like one style that I like to stick to, that would probably be better, but I don't. I like to do all different things. I get bored too easy if I'm doing the same thing all the time. I'd probably be a lot better at it if I would stick to one thing. My poor son has to put up with me with the computer stuff all the time, but I pay him for some of it, so when he's putting in a lot of hours for me. So it's a good job for him too. You could also cut the little divot out of that pocket too. That would also be a good spot to cut it. Okay, this will help me figure out where I need to set stuff too, because I can't ever see the, like these fold lines when they're not inked. Okay, I don't know why I do that, because you're not going to see all that anyway. Alright, upside down. Go like this. So I need to take just a touch more off of that, and I don't want to cut it. I did get some Yoo-Hoo glue, but I don't know that I'm any more impressed than that than I was with the Gorilla Glue. I thought it was just the Gorilla Glue being like a kid glue that wrinkles stuff, but I'm discovering that the Yoo-Hoo does the same thing, so I don't think it really matters. Just pick what you like and use it, because they all seem to sort of do the same thing. Just kind of a bummer. And I know Fabri-Tac's the best for the not wrinkling thing, but I can't do it. That's just my craziness coming out, I think. Just do not like the way it feels on my hands, which I know I've mentioned, but anyway. I like this with the roses. I know I tore that other piece, but this one's talking to me for some reason. Actually, I think I'm just going to tear it. I don't want it to seem too, like, perfect. For that notch is what I'm trying to get. Yeah, like something like more like that is what I want. I don't have a plan, so there's no telling how many times I'll change my mind. Just found stuff I wanted to work with, so. Yeah, I've been watching Rachel and Wendy's Journal Adventure, and everybody's doing such cool things. It's fun. It just inspires me. Then I just want to collage all the time, so I hope I'm not driving you guys crazy with it. But yeah. But I thought these would be fun, because you could do them any way you wanted. You could just cut, you know, full sheets that size and glue them on there. You don't have to collage, so that's kind of cool. I mean, you never have to collage, obviously, but okay, what did I do? So I probably am going to end up tearing this after all that. Let's see. I can use that edge for something else. So funny how you do that, or I do that anyway. Maybe you guys don't. I probably make you insane with the changing my mind all the time. It's just the way it is. People will say, how did you come up with that, or how do you think of that, or how do you know what to do, what colors to do, or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, there's like no real plan. It just sort of happens. I don't really know how to tell people how to do that, because it's just something that I do. And I think, you know, a lot of creative people just do it. I don't know. At least that's what it seems like when I watch other people, unless they have a specific plan in mind and they've got it all cut out and ready to go. And I probably will put some other things on. I'm just trying to get kind of that foundation right now. So yeah, I hope everybody's got some fun plans for Mother's Day and taking Mom out to, we're taking my husband's mom out to brunch. Well, I mean, I don't know. They came up with the place, so I don't know that I can say we're taking them out, but that's the plan, is we're going out to brunch. And I'm gonna go over to my friend's house for a Stampin' Up party on, or you know, get together on Saturday to make cards. So that'll be fun. It's a good thing to do right before Mother's Day. Something fun. So yeah, and then I just need something, I kind of just want to cover that with, I don't really want to use one of those. I think I'll just tear a piece. I just need like a strip, basically. My poor husband just finished my birthday and now it's Mother's Day. He's always like, why are they so close? It's like, well, that's just kind of the way it worked out in life, as it does. As we all know. Maybe I'll turn that one that way. Okay, I need to take off. I know I'm not measuring anything, but probably better if I did. Let's do some. Should have torn it instead of cut it. I thought it would look okay, but it bugged me once I saw it. Can't have that straight edge, you know. So yeah, let me know what you guys are doing for Mother's Day. I know I heard Denise say that she's going to have, I think, brunch with her mom, and then they're going to go to, you know, like Goodwill kind of thing and wander around. I thought, now that sounds like fun. I'm the only one in my family that's interested in all this crazy stuff, so I usually end up going by myself. I mean, sometimes I can get my daughter to go just for something to do, but she kind of thinks I'm crazy, so. My sister likes it, she'll go. But she just works a ton and has to take care of her house and everything, so she doesn't make really anything. I don't think that piece is going to work. I'm going to have to find another place for that. I do like this here, though. So, she doesn't make a lot. I mean, she does make stuff, just she doesn't get a lot of chance to craft, so. And she hasn't really gotten into, like, junk journaling or anything. But she likes to crochet, and she's the one that makes all my little flowers and stuff. So, yeah. That's fun. Trying to find something else I want to use. Maybe I could just use a bigger piece of thing. Something like this work if I tear that other edge. Oh, I can smell his coffee because I've got those, I just did those coffee filters last night and they're strong smelling for some reason. Makes me want to go have a cup of coffee. Let's see, now I did too much. I hate when I do that. So we could put some of these numbers over there, or these kind of sideways would be kind of fun. And I'll just cut it off instead of trying to. It says like June 16th, 23rd, that kind of thing on it. I just like old handwriting. I feel like now we don't do a lot of handwriting, so. I mean, everybody just more prints, or it's just kind of sloppy. Everybody's handwriting was just a lot nicer. before I think. Maybe I just don't like my own handwriting, so that could be it. My aunts have the coolest print. They write all in print, and it's amazing. I don't know what happened to me, but I did not get that nice handwriting gene. Mine is just not consistent either. It seems like people used to be much more consistent in their handwriting, like you'd almost know who wrote what, but mine is like part print, part cursive, part, I mean, it's just a hodgepodge. So I got the shaky hands again today. Alright, I like that, and I like that. So I guess I will just keep going with it. Let's see, what else could we use? I'm going to use, I have some of these ladies, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess she probably would fit, but I might save her for the, well, she's probably not going to fit on the outside. I just printed out a bunch of stuff I liked. That's way huge. This paper's pretty. That thing right there that talks about the colors. Oopsie, that wasn't good. I've got to push down on it, and I'm out, huh? Yep, I'm out of view again, sorry. Keep trying to check to... And this again, it's, I think, wallpaper or something. I just find images I like, and a lot of them are from museum collections and things like that, so I kind of like these. They almost look like bees. They're not, but they kind of look like it. It's a good place, like Biodiversity Library, what's it called? I can't think of the name of it. Albert and Victoria, all those places, they just have cool stuff that you can find and use. Just got to make sure it's old enough, you know, not new stuff that is under copyright. It has to be the old, anything before 1923. And I'm just going to use a piece of this at the top. Any old ledger is cool. So none of these are like digital downloads or anything. They're just stuff that I've found. Go there or there. I think I'm going to do something like that. You could make more pockets on the inside, but again, the thing that concerns me with junk journaling is that it'll get too thick. So you kind of want to really watch out for that. I don't know what if I do this Yoo-Hoo glue wrong, but it seems super soft to me, and I'm not sure why that is. And why did I put glue on that one first? But it's kind of annoying, and I need to take out just a part of this at least to show where that little divot is. I'll just tear this little piece off. But yeah, I don't know, because I know everybody uses it and it doesn't seem like it's quite as goopy. I just don't think glue likes me. I have the worst time. That's why I always kind of just stick with the tacky glue. But for collaging, this kind of flatter glue that you spread all over works better. So I get why everybody uses that. But I just have a heck of a time finding stuff that will work. Now I can put this piece on. I think I was just so excited to put this piece on. I like that piece. Maybe she would show up better. She wasn't really showing up. Would she show up better on this? Not really. The dress and that is too much. I think I'm going to just go with like a bird or something like that. I'll figure that out in a minute. I want to get all this part done first. So tell me what you guys did for your moms for gifts, because I'm always interested. I can't tell you because if my mother-in-law watches, then she'll know what she's getting, right? So yeah, I'm not going to say, but it would be fun to hear what other people have planned for their moms. Kind of a fun thing. I like Father's Day too. They're really kind of lucky because they always get like, what am I doing? It's upside down. No wonder it's not working. They always get like the barbecue, you know. So that's just kind of a relaxed day. I think that's why 4th of July is my favorite holiday, because it's much more laid back than, okay, how did I do it? Most of the other ones. That's not, how did I have that, everybody? If you could just tell me. Just tell me, would you? I think that'll work. It just needs to, I'm going to turn off this corner. I don't know what I did. Flipped it around and couldn't remember which way it went. Sounds like me. I like using these coffee filters. I've mentioned it before, but if you're new to my channel, welcome. And I like using them because you can write on them. So they're just kind of a nice spot. And they also make it look grungy, you know, because of the coffee staining. So it's kind of fun. Sticky fingers. This one over here. That might work. It looks kind of upside down though. I think it is, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Some numbers right here. I'm not even going to ink that one. It's fine. It's old paper. I like how the edge of this piece looks like rolled fabric a little bit. It's neat. Just the edge of the tapestry. You can find things to use public domain, but it is a hunt and search situation for sure. I mean, you just really have to take time. There's really not an easy way to find things, unfortunately. I mean, it's definitely doable. It's not that it's not. I'm not trying to put people off. I'm just saying there's legwork in there. It doesn't just jump out at you and say, here I am. So but mostly lately I've been looking at the biodiversity library. They've got lots of good birds and cool stuff like that. Piece isn't quite wide enough. I didn't even check before I tore it. I just did it. I guess I could go that way instead. I guess I'm going to open both flaps since I have decorated both. I forgot about the whole possibly gluing one shut, so I guess I'm not doing that. But anyway, now the trick is getting everything to fold again now that it's got glue all over it. And it's dried. Alright, so that will work. And then maybe we'll do the front. And see where we get with that. Now the thing about it is, I guess that is going to be the front. And you probably are going to want to do both sides because it's probably maybe, I mean, I guess you could glue it down, like, you know, leave this part undecorated, glue it down in your journal and have it so it flips open like this and like that. That definitely is a possibility. So it's totally up to you. I might do that. I might just decorate this one, and this one. If I remember. Let's see if I remember. Because I probably won't. I like these flowers down here. Can't remember who this is by. It's like from 1700s. It's really pretty though. Before, way before computers. Back when it was just all talent. I mean, I'm not saying people who use computers are not talented. It's just pretty amazing when you think about the artwork there was with what they had. Some very nice stuff. See, those would almost, maybe I will do both. I'm kind of just liking those like that. I don't know. Do one and then do the other one. I don't want to put them all the way across like that. I want it separated because that'll just make it harder to fold. So. So when the fronts come together, that might be a good way to do it. Sorry. I probably should have torn a little bit more off to make it a little bit longer, but we'll put other stuff so that... Sorry, I'm probably mumbling. You probably cannot hear one word I'm saying. I apologize for that. I just get kind of in the zone and I don't talk loud enough. I was just saying I should have made it taller. So, yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. I feel like I'm just... Ooh. I don't know why I get like that sometimes. Other times I'm like with it, but I guess that's not very often though. Honestly, it's not very often that that happens. Kids just laugh at me. They're like, Mom, why are you always so forgetful? I was like, I don't know. I didn't used to be like that. It kind of just happened over the years. It makes them a little crazy though. That's an old, I don't know, before copyright book. I think it was like 1905, I believe. I'm going to fold this and ink it just like that. I love that straw paper that Rachel at Roxy Creations uses. I don't know if you guys haven't checked her out. It's Roxy Creations, and she lives in Italy. She's from Australia, so she's got an Australian accent, but she uses straw paper, which I guess you can only find in Italy. It's kind of that yellow colored paper. It's just really cool. So if you haven't checked her out, go check her out because she does really cool things. I know I've been talking about that a lot lately, but I've been watching her do all of her collaging, and that's kind of, I mean, I was doing collaging at the beginning of the year, making tags and stuff, but I'm liking this, you know, just a different things, doing all different things with it. It's fun. It's like a 100-day challenge or whatever, I don't know, that she's doing. I can't imagine, I don't know how, I mean, she's doing an awesome job, and I know she'll get through all 100 days, but I don't know if I could do 100 days of videos, because sometimes I just run out of ideas and or you know, just can't do it or whatever the case may be. So it's pretty impressive to see. All right, I don't think I have a piece big enough because I tore it all apart. Take another piece of this. Let's see, I'll move this off, this top part. And Gail Agostinelli too, of course, I watch her quite a lot. She does some very cool stuff. If you guys don't watch her, go check her out too, because she comes up with some, I mean, she just does all kinds of things. She's just really, oh, she's another one. I don't know how she'll go to like a retreat and come back with, I made, you know, 7 journals. I'm like, oh my goodness. Wow, it's a lot. That's talent. Lately I can't even get one done, so I think it's like everything. I just kind of go in phases. I think I want to put this one up higher. I don't know. Let's do a little piece up at the top. Sorry I'm so quiet, guys. I wish I was a great storyteller for your guys' sake. I just sometimes don't. I mean, I can go for hours without talking about anything, so that's just kind of the way I am. Oops. That's why I'm a little envious of those people that can tell all kinds of stories, because it sure would be more interesting probably. But of course you can always fast forward if you just want to see the end result. I will not be offended. I understand, we all have a life outside of this. I just thought this might be a fun thing to make for your journals. I sold my other 2 things I made. So thank you. You guys are awesome supporters of me and my channel and my Etsy shop, so I really do appreciate it. There's lots of competition out there for sure, so these will be like this. And so you won't really see one. You really will only see one. Okay. I think I want to see if one of these birds would look good on here. Or not. I thought that one would because of the reds, but I don't know that I like those at all. I love these two. It's like my thing. I keep using those two, but see, they're cool. I don't even have that many birds cut out. I probably should cut more out. I really just like those, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. And this is really yellowed, or like it's got a darker color around the outside of it, so I don't really feel like I need to ink that, although I might put like a little piece of fabric or something on there. And then I will probably continue to decorate and make some tags and probably come on and show you that when I'm done, just so you don't have to sit and watch anymore, because I know it's like so exciting to watch me do this stuff. Piece of burlap, maybe. The only thing about this stuff is it's so thick. But I do like it when it's frayed. I don't know, that really covers up most of the design, doesn't it? And it's too thick under those birds. This lace has been thoroughly abused. It's like a strip of that maybe. Not liking any of that. Maybe I just like them by themselves on there. Yeah, I just like them like that. What do you guys think? Can you tell me? I think I just like them like that. I was trying to add something else to it, but I don't like anything else with it. Alright, so I hope this was helpful for you guys. Leave me comments below if you want to. And I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll come back on and show you what the finished product looks like. I just don't want you to have to sit here and watch me do any more of this. I think you got the idea. So again, it's just a piece of paper folded up, then folded in half, then you fold these and leave a 1/4 inch gap right there, and see, you can see I didn't do mine totally perfect, but it's not that big of a deal. And then you cut off that rectangle on each side, do the diagonal cut, and put your little punch in so you can put a tag up there. And that's it. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll be back in a bit to, show you the finished product. Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. It's been a while, so be happy that you weren't watching. It always takes me forever to do these things, but anyway, I went ahead and we did the front together. I did the birds. I added a piece of Tim Holtz fabric and lace and did that little fold over thing and stitched it across there, and then I just glued it on because you can't stitch it because you'll stitch the whole pocket closed. So that's the front. Oops, gotta hold it where you guys can see it. That helps, right? It's the front. And then it opens, and I added a little goldfinch, and I finished these, so I added fabric. There's paper. This is a piece of fabric with the holes all in it already. It's old fabric. I'm not even sure where in the world I got that, but it has all the holes from the stitching in it. I thought it was kind of fun. And then this is some of the paper we were using. Another piece of that same fabric, a little piece of lace. This is coffee filter back here. And then I made some tags, and I got this punch from Stampin' Up. See, it's got that fun little, this thing at the top. So yeah, I made tags for there, and I added just a little like ephemera card with birds' eggs on it. I'll put those back in a minute. And then this is another one of the tags, and I've just collaged all over them. And then birds' eggs. And then I put book page back here, so that's the pocket right there. Sorry, my fingers are gross from the ink. But, so those are all done. And then you open it. We did all this together. The only thing I added were these flowers right here and one of Rachel's tags. Oh, I guess we didn't do, yeah, we did these parts together. It was this that I hadn't finished. I didn't finish this one and this one yet. But, so that's the total of it. And then there's tags up in here that are longer. And that's one of Rachel's tags, and old ledger and paper and old book page. And then this one has some of that old embroidery. Sorry, that's a little close. Ledger and book page. I'm trying to show it because it seems like it's got a glare off of it. So, and then the backs, I just inked a little bit. I didn't do anything on the back because it was just the cream colored cardstock. So I kind of like these because you can make them stick out like that. And I think that looks cute with those little, they're like the, you know, the things at the store, the hanging tabs for stuff at the store. And you can put these in whatever pocket. And I realized I probably should have glued it. I would have had another pocket, but I guess, you know, it doesn't matter because you could write in here. If you wanted to, you could make these more blank instead of so much decoration and write, you know, all throughout it. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. I'll decorate it up. So anyway, that is the finished product. So I hope you guys like that, and if you have questions or, you know, not sure how to do it or whatever, just let me know and I'll try to explain it better. But I think we got it with the beginning. And then for now I'm going to clip it like this. I don't know if it'll stay clipped like that if it, you know, gets in a journal, but just to kind of help it stay closed for now because it's wanting to pop open, but that's just, you know, normal. But it's not hugely thick. I mean, it has stayed fairly thin, which is nice. And you could add any other ephemera that you wanted to stick in those pockets. I just thought the tags were kind of fun because I got a new toy. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have an awesome day. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.